Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a video where I'm going to be testing some of Fenty Beauty's products. Now, I have two products here that aren't necessarily new to Fenty Beauty's line. I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. I did get it in the mini size because I didn't know for sure whether I was going to like it or not, so I thought, you know, we'll try it out first. We're going to be testing this out. I was going to try it with the Fenty Pro Filter Matte Foundation. I tried it in a video a few weeks ago and I didn't love it because it looked really dry, and because it was dry and didn't sit nicely on the skin, it didn't look well throughout the day and didn't really wear very well. I've been meaning to try it with a more hydrating primer, but I didn't know how this primer works yet, and I wanted to give the actual primer a good shot, you know, figure out whether I actually like the primer itself before I try it with a foundation that I'm trying to figure out. So I actually decided to just use it with a foundation and concealer that I have been enjoying lately, and it's the Revlon Candid. So I'm going to be doing that. The other product that is from the Fenty line that is somewhat new, but definitely not from the newest launch, and that is the Full Frontal Mascara. And then the thing that I'm going to be reviewing from Rihanna's newest launch, which is all about, you know, cream products. It's the cream, all the cream blushes and the cream contours, and then she had some newer highlights come out as well. But I got the cream bronzer, so I'm going to be reviewing that today. There's a few other things in here that I have not used before. We will get to those and I'll be reviewing those as well. I'm going to do a full day wear test. So the primer is a universal makeup primer that stops shine, it diffuses pores, smooths, you know, your skin for a better foundation application, and it's supposed to help with the long wearing of your foundation and other makeup. It's supposed to have that instant retouch effect. So it's supposed to be, you know, that invisible, you know, weightless, lightweight feel, but it's supposed to like diffuse and blur and perfect your skin. So we're gonna see if that's true. I'm gonna go ahead and apply with my fingers. It's like it's almost like a creamy texture. It almost feels like a thicker moisturizer, which I don't know if I like yet. Definitely feels hydrating, but that can be good as well. Like maybe this would be good with the Fenty foundation if it's going to keep that skin like moist and hydrated while applying. I do see a little bit of pore blurring and minimizing, but definitely not to the same extent as like my Professional, my Tarte, and maybe even like the Tatcha and like the e.l.f. one. Like those are my favorites for pore filling. I mean, there's a lot of pore filling primers that work so well. You know, it has that kind of silicone-y feel, but this, it does look like it helped with pores, especially on my nose. My nose looks very blurred, but my pores on my cheeks are pretty large, and so the larger pores, I don't think it helped, and I did even add a smaller extra layer. It did, you know, help my skin feel nice and hydrated, which is something that I do really like. So I'm excited to see how this looks with makeup on top. Let's go ahead and apply my foundation and concealer. The foundation's looking wet, like nice on top of the primer. I definitely think the primer, you know, makes your skin look kind of more plump and hydrated and without looking greasy, but I do have to say I feel like I'm lacking some pore minimizing. I would just probably pop on, you know, some of my Tarte or my Professional or my Smashbox like on top of that in just the areas that are lacking some pore minimizing. So far pretty good. Could be a little better, but I'm not going to judge it before we give it a good wear test. The next product I'm going to be testing is the cream bronzer. I've been super pumped to try this. I got it in the shade Amber, and it is a cooler toned bronzer. I have actually the same color in the stick, and I typically like cream bronzers in a form like this because sticks can sometimes drag and pull the makeup, whereas these you can apply with different tools that you put a little bit more of like a blended airbrush flawless effect that isn't going to pull at your makeup that's already laid down. That being said, I do like the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in Amber, but I'm curious to see whether I'd like this better. I love the packaging, very stunning, and you know, the shade looks really nice. I like those cool toned contours. So they're sheer buildable shades that are designed to serve all skin types and tones. This cream bronzer warms up and softly defines your face with a fresh faced bronze glow that looks as natural on everyone. So it says it's easy to blend and impossible to overdo. The light as air, sweat and water resistant formula instantly melts into the skin without disturbing makeup. I'm going to apply this. Oh, I typically would use my Blendiful, but I don't have it on me and I'm too lazy to go get it. So we are going to just use, I'm going to be using my MAC 163. I like to lay down cream contour and cream bronzer with this, and then I'll blend it out with either my beauty blender or another brush. So I'm going to go ahead and just play around with this, and then we'll talk about how it worked. Okay, so I'm actually really enjoying that. I think I like it better than the stick because it is a creamier formula and it glides better. Obviously, you then need to use a brush or a velour puff or something like that, a beauty blender. But I just like the formula, I think, better than the matchstick. Now, that being said, I like both. I just prefer the cream because, as I said, it glides a little bit better and it blends a little bit easier. And these brushes seemed to do the trick. It blended really easily. It feels lightweight. It's dark enough that it was able to do the job, and I think that it's looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm actually gonna be using the Huda Beauty setting powder. I have tried this a little bit underneath the eyes and I enjoyed it, but I haven't used it all over the face yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes with the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush. It's part of the Master Edit Remix collection that Jaclyn Hill did with Morphe. It's the JH12. This is one of the brushes that is part of the kit that is actually in the giveaway, which is behind me right here. It is part of this kit here, which this is going to be going to one of you lucky viewers that enters my giveaway. The information for that is in the description below. The video that I announced the giveaway is linked below. All you have to do is click that. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel and comment on that video your favorite makeup brand or brands. And that is all you have to do to enter. And while that is baking, I'm just going to do a very light dusting on the rest of my face with this powder. So far it feels and looks like a nice powder. I have to see how it looks after this is wiped away, but so far so good. It definitely has that fragrance that if you've ever used the Huda Beauty foundation, it's pretty intense. So if you don't like a fragranced powder or really fragrance in your makeup, it's pretty strong, but it's already gone away, so it doesn't linger. That's the nice thing about it. We'll see how it performs. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows while we are waiting for that to set. All right, so brows are finito, and we're gonna dust this away and see what we got. So it was definitely brightening, I think, which is nice when you're baking. And it looks pretty smooth. I like it. So far, so good with the powder. The only thing that I don't like right now is the fact that like the texture of my skin is really showing, and it's making everything not look as good as it could because the pores. So if I were to try this primer again with, other foundations to see how it works, I definitely would use a little bit of a pore filling primer, but so far so good with everything. The next thing is eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow with the Natasha Denona Mini Nude palette. This was in the haul as well when I got the Fenty product. I just really love the mini palettes by Natasha Denona. I mean, for many reasons, but especially since, you get that good quality high-end product from Natasha Denona, because her product is so, good quality, stunning color selection and all that, but it's a little bit of a cheaper option, for maybe people that can't afford it or don't want to spend over $100 on an eyeshadow palette. This is like, that mini version, so you get a little taste of it. And I just love her color selections for these. And I'm just going to go ahead and play around with this. And then we're going to try out the Fenty Beauty mascara. Okay, so now for the Fenty Beauty mascara. I love the packaging on really all the Fenty Beauty products. The primer, I love, the primer and the foundation bottles, like that tinted glass with the pink hue. It's really, pretty. And I love the, I really love the packaging of the cream bronzer, and then love that. Really pretty. All of it's really stunning. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. Also, a little note, this palette is so nice. Natasha Denona eyeshadows are very pigmented. They're blendable, like they blend like a dream. And, they're just good quality. The one thing is some of them do have quite a bit of fallout, so you want to either do your eyes first or make sure you're really tapping off your excess. But I don't really notice a lot of transfer onto the bottom, onto my cheeks. It wipes away pretty easily, so it's not, a big deal. So this Fenty Beauty mascara is really unique in the way that the brush is. So when you look at it this way, it's very flat. So the flat side is supposed to help define and curl the lashes, and then the fat side, where it comes out more this way, it is supposed to help holds max product to quickly load and lift lashes. So that's going to be, the lifting and the volume. So we're going to see how that performs. Well, hello lashes, there you are. Oh, I like that. Definitely helps lengthen and volume, which is, who doesn't want both in one? I really like this. The brush is nice, easy to use, separates the lashes well. I like the formula. It doesn't seem too wet, but it also doesn't seem too dry, so I really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my makeup. I'm going to be using the blush from the Natasha Denona palette, the Diamond and Blush palette, the Makeup Revolution Pro, the Sculpt and Glow Contour and Highlight palette. in Desert Sky. So I'm gonna bronze, kind of go over and reinforce that contour, and then bronze the face with this and highlight with that. All right, so I am done my makeup and I'm loving it. I really liked the cream bronzer. I really liked the, that's not what I'm talking about. Where is it? Here it is. The mascara. I think out of everything, the mascara was what I loved the most. I really liked that. Could be my new favorite. So we'll just see how all this stuff works. I'm going to update you guys. The last thing I'm going to do is actually use a setting spray. This is a mini version, but I got the Makeup Forever Light Velvet Air Shine Control Refreshing Spray. So I'm going to apply that. It's pretty like intense. I don't know, it felt like there was like a lot on my face at once, but it didn't, you know, leave any marks in my makeup. Everything looks pretty good. I'll see if that helps with shine control, and we're gonna just do a wear test. I'm gonna update you guys throughout the day. It is 2:30 right now, so I will definitely update you throughout the day and do a final review at the end of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm just checking in. It's been a couple hours now, and I'm happy with everything. I think if anything, my makeup looks better. I'm out in the natural light and everything looks smooth and even. I have a slight bit of creasing, but I have a pretty strong line there. My muscles are really strong in there, so the only thing that would fix that is Botox, but other than that, I'm really happy with the way that my skin looks. Again, I do wish that my pores were a little smoother in this area, and that is because I didn't have that really good pore filling. So again, basically my opinion about the primers stayed the same. Everything else I'm happy with. Mascara still love. The eyeshadow's looking good, and the contour is still, you know, really nice. So I'll check back in with you guys at the end of the day. Guys, so guess what? I did not film at the end of the day as my son squirted me really from head to toe with the hose outside. I actually tried all these products again and gave them another good full day wear test, and I love them all, honestly. The primer actually impresses me more every time I use it. It definitely keeps my skin hydrated. It does help the long wear of the foundation, and I enjoy my makeup even more when I use a pore filling primer on top in the areas that need it. As I said before, all the other makeup that I used today I really loved. The Fenty cream bronzer is a staple now for my cream contouring, and pretty much everything else that I talked about, you know, I really enjoyed. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.